Hi folks. Well, I've moved on to some more Napoleonics, and the conundrum with them was whether they'd be multi-based for black powder or singly based for something like sharp practice, or well, something a little bit more like the Men Who Would Be Kings. The rule set I've written up so far is quite similar to that because I really like that rule set. So I am leaning towards the single bases. I'll show my progress on the Napoleonics in a second, but before that I just wanted to show off some Imperial Guard that I used to have. This was my introduction properly into the hobby, I guess. I'd always done historical wargaming, but after having a bit of a blip in my teenage years, the Warhammer definitely got me back into it, and it was almost like a gateway drug back into the historical wargaming. And they've since gone to my younger brother now, but I thought they were interesting just to see the progress of, well, my own painting and just the first miniatures that I painted, pretty much. The Commissar, I really enjoyed doing him. I did enjoy the sort of the Warhammer theme, but I didn't enjoy the rules all that much. But yeah, that's all really. I don't want to showcase those because they look god awful, but my brother's happy with them anyway. Great for his sort of wacky Doctor Who clashes with some Warhammer. I'm trying to wean him onto some, maybe not some historical wargaming, but I can sort of blend in historical with the sci-fi. I think for him that would be his, well, the way to get him to wargame, perhaps. I've also done these orcs for him, and they're a little bit different. I've got them just by accident, if anything, and they're pretty wacky. They're almost like a, what do you call them, sci-fi, I suppose? A bit of a steampunk type orc. I really enjoyed doing these. They're completely different, and I've based them up just willy-nilly on sort of odd numbers to a base. This one is by far my favourite, and he's sort of sitting prone, and his telescope is sort of leaning over his musket, and I took great care with the telescope sight. The trick there is to do a black or a dark blue to begin with on the lens, then a lighter blue and a dot of white just to show off the reflection, and that's the way you paint lenses, really. I think it was something that I picked up from Warhammer TV. There's even a little ball on that base, a little pet ball, pretty wacky. And last but not least, the Sheriff of Nottingham. It's a figure I picked up, an old vintage figure. He's lead, and I've tried to do flames on him, so I was experimenting with a lot of different techniques here, and I tried to take my time with the highlighting as well. The base is green stuff, I believe, and that's been sculpted to a cobblestone base. Really happy with that. The sort of rough and ready nature of it, and the dry brush has actually come out quite nicely. They look like weathered flagstones. That's my Sheriff of Nottingham. He's actually an old rogue by the Perry twins, I believe. And this Friar Tuck, then, particularly happy with. I think he's from the same range, but he used to have a sword of some sort in his hand, but I actually sculpted in green stuff the chicken drumstick, because for me the iconic Friar Tuck has to have a chicken drumstick. I don't know where I've got that from. It must be one of the old films, and managed to do some sort of bite mark or something on the top. But yeah, that's all I had to show from the old collections. Those are all my younger brothers now, and they've moved on. I've primed up the Confederate artillery piece this morning, and made a start on these. They're already primed. I'm just going through doing first layer of flesh, black as well for the haversacks, muskets, stove pipe shakos and shoes. And to the side here, I've already got the metal command pieces painted. Yeah, but I don't think I'll do a full unit with these. I think I'll use them for singles, because 24 men, including the officers and things, that's a lot for sharps practice. I think that's 2 full units of regular infantry. So I think that's a bit more sensible. I haven't really got much Peninsular War black powder suitable stuff, so I think I'll just stick to skirmishing the Peninsular War. And that's the plan, yeah. Secured my next commission to do some British Airborne, and that'll keep me going for the next couple of weeks. Before I leave you, here's some French casualties that I've done. I just need to texture the bases on those, but those will do the trick for some skirmish actions. Try and spruce them up a little bit, so that one's got a musket and a bit of a stone. I use real stones, but what you can do is put in a bit of Dettol on hot water, and that just kills any grubblies on them. And yeah, that's it for now, folks. Just a quick little update there, and catch up with you again soon. Ta-ra.